Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
It gets weird with Zoom.
There we go.
I have to re-enter my password and all that jazz.
Hang on, my cat's destroying something. There we go. So how are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm really good. Is the resolution really bad on your side?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Amazon, stop.
See, yours looks a lot better than mine. I'm not really sure why. I put it on HD.
But can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. It says my internet connection is unstable.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know. It's got full bars, so we're going to try this.
Let me just close these windows.
Okay.
So how do you do it? Like, how do you do your sessions?
It's really pretty simple. I kind of just count down from 1 to 10, help you get relaxed, do some deep breathing. Then we're going to walk down a hallway of doors, and you choose the door that is calling to you.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that technique?
I think it was similar to the one that I was like practicing a couple of days ago, like when we first.
Right. I've tried different techniques, but my higher self seems to agree with that one, and it seems to work the best. It's really simple, and I think that's one of the good things about it, you know. You don't have to think about a whole lot, but I've had really, really good success. Like I said, my last 3 went to Lumeria, and it was some of the I already got spirit bomb, some of the most amazing spiritual experiences of my life, and it wasn't even my past life.
Oh, wow.
Oh, just so beautiful. And a lot of the ladies that I've done have been very telepathic. So the 2 ladies that went to Lumeria, I could see everything that they see. And it was so beautiful. They both went to this crystal river that was like these beautiful, high energetic, high vibrancy colors. And in the floor of it, there was crystals, all different shapes and forms of crystals. And one of them went down the river, went underground, and she came back up in the Crystal Palace.
Oh, wow.
So amazing. The other one went to the same river, and she ended up crossing it and went to a hut where her inner child was at. She said, there's a dark figure in here, but I feel like I'm supposed to go in. When she went in, it was her inner child, and she hugged it. And when she did, she transformed from the blue Lumerian being she was into a golden light being, and we like healed the whole world. It was just absolutely amazing. It's blew my mind. Nothing I've watched on YouTube about past life regression could have, prepared me for these sessions because they're not normal.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, you're just gonna stay seated. That's usually, and I really appreciate us recording this. I should have been recording them the whole time, but hang on. I think it's my bag club.
Cool. Yeah. I'm just gonna get comfortable.
Okay, my husband had to come in for something.
So.
The other one I think's in the front. Oh, you got it? There you go. Okay, baby, I love you.
Love you. Good luck.
Yeah, so my son is homeschooled, so I'm here most of the time, but I've got to kind of get him to hush down. He just turned 14 in March, so yeah. And he's so big. Like, I am 5'3.5" on a good day. My son is already 6 foot tall. I mean, he's over to about 110 and wears a size 15 in shoes. Like, he is a freaking giant compared to me. So thank the Lord, my husband's really tall. So that kind of makes up for it. So whenever you're ready, love.
Okay, I'm just gonna lay back and relax.
Okay, so first I would like for you to do some deep breathing, get into a relaxed state, and then we'll start the countdown, and I'll help you go into a trance. Oh, I forgot a part. Open your eyes, find something you can stare at on the wall.
Okay.
This is important. That you can stare without blinking, and this is going to help you go into that trance a little deeper. I knew I was forgetting something. So excited.
Right.
Do you have that spot?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now I would like for you to start the deep breathing. And when you're ready, you feel like that you're in a relaxed state, I'll ask you to close your eyes, and we will start the countdown. Okay, so 10. You will be going into a very deep, relaxed, meditative trance. This will help you to be able to retrieve the memories that we are seeking. So we're going to go 10. You are going into a trance. 9, even deeper into a trance. 8, as we go deeper. 7, even deeper now. 6, you are going even deeper into a meditative trance. 5, we are going deeper. 4, even deeper now. 3, you are in a very deep meditative trance. 2, we are going deeper. 1, you are in the trance. Now I would like for you to visualize a long, well-lit hall with doors on each side. You will walk down this hall and find a door that calls to you. When you find this door, let me know.
Okay, I found the door.
Okay. Do you notice anything in particular about the door or why it called to you?
I just kind of like felt my spirit like turn that way, like this is the door.
Beautiful, beautiful. When you're ready, you may open this door.
Okay.
Okay. Do you notice anything in particular on the other side of the door?
It's just stars.
Stars. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. When you are ready, you may step through the door.
Okay.
Okay. Do you notice anything right offhand?
Yeah, so like it felt like I was like stepping into this place and then I was like taken down like into this like actual dream that I keep having that keeps coming back.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so like I travel a lot at night. Like I always see myself traveling like this, but I've never actually like been back to like the place unless I'm dreaming.
Right. Can you tell me about this dream or what is happening now?
Well, I'm on like this like island and the water's like clear as heck, like super clear.
Beautiful. Can you look down at your feet? Can you see your feet?
hmm
Do you have any shoes on or notice your skin color?
It's like very tan. I don't have any shoes on.
Okay. Can you notice your clothing?
It looks like honestly like if someone tied a potato sack, but
Right.
it's like very like tribally kind of.
Right. So you're some sort of islander then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can you walk forward, um, or go anywhere that you feel drawn and let me know what you see? Can you or do you know what gender you are, if you do have a gender?
Yeah, I'm a woman and I'm like walking into the water.
What does the water look like? How does it feel?
Um, it feels the same as land, honestly. So like this is something that I just remembered today before I had the session, but it was like in my dream, I can always breathe underwater. Like, and I never know that I can until I have to.
Very interesting. That I've actually had similar experiences. Do you feel like maybe you're some type of mer person?
Yeah, but like way, way beyond like what people see it as. Like it feels
Absolutely.
it feels like it's like a convergence of worlds. Like I'm able to like be in the depths of the water and like see crystal clear, but then at the same time, like I take messages back up.
Right. That's so beautiful.
I feel like I'm like some kind of seer, and like somehow like I go into the water and it's like I follow the stream of energy, and it's like I'm able to like not only water but kind of what they did to the ocean, and it would really piss me off. Like
Right.
I kind of feel like this has something to do with it.
Okay, so do you feel drawn to maybe get a message? Maybe this is like your subconscious you're emerging into. Do you think maybe you could go get a message for yourself since you said
Yeah.
follow the energy? Yes.
Hold on. I'm like creating some kind of like whirlwind thing right now. Like I think it's like a portal.
Okay. Is this portal for you?
Yeah, I think it's like how I like it's kind of like how I decide where I'm gonna go.
Right. Do you feel like you should go through this portal?
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of like following the energy right now.
Good, good. When you get through this portal, let me know if you see anything.
So it looks like there's like this like plant, like some kind of like you know how a flower like when it closes like a Venus flytrap or something, how to like close all of its like ends to come together to like hold something.
Yes.
So it's like what it looks like is like which is really funny because I have a lotus flower tattooed on my hand, so it looks like there's this like lotus.
I
Uh,
definitely seen a lotus as you were talking about it.
yeah, that like I'm supposed to go into, but it's like a different place.
Okay, well, if you feel like that's where you should go, then you're welcome to go there.
I think I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to get into it. Like it feels like there's some kind of like formality or something.
My guides are saying something to do with your heart chakra. Open your heart. Do you notice anything about your being as you're standing in front of the lotus flower?
So like what it felt like was that like how do I describe it? It felt like as I opened my heart, like I like entered into that like lotus flower.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what is inside this lotus flower?
I feel like it's like all of my desires that like are kind of like rooted from this place, but like deep within myself. So it feels kind of like that's home, but at the same time, like I'm meant to be here and like bringing home here.
Absolutely. Is there any messages for April inside of the lotus flower? Maybe some past life trauma she's working through, or a past life experience that she needs to be made aware of now?
So I feel like there's like lots of messages in it, but like what kind of came through for a second was that there's like a balance to like how much I can give like other people without actually like going back home is kind of how it feels like. So it's almost like this balance of like taking time to come back to this place so that I can actually like access my desires, because I feel like here, like the desires that I have there are still kind of like in like an evolution process here, if that
Right.
makes sense. Kind of like
Absolutely.
kind of like there's like hidden treasures like inside that lotus flower that like no one here can like comprehend until like a certain time.
Right. And my guides are saying that you were brought to this lotus flower because it's something you can access anytime you want. Yes, I helped you facilitate this time, but I was only a catalyst. This is something that is inside you, inside of your heart, and you can go there anytime you want. And this is kind of like your little piece of home away from home, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, is there any other place that you need to go? Can you ask the guides or yourself this? Or maybe the lotus? Or where maybe you meant to bring a message from here back to the island that you were once on?
I feel like it's more of like a personal transformation type of message.
Is there
Like
something they are wanting you to know, that some piece of information that will help you during your transformation process?
it kind of feels like that's my roots. So like I've been having a really hard time grounding.
Right.
Like it's been just completely ridiculous, but it's like in this place like I feel like grounded.
Absolutely.
But then there's like this air of like understanding the difference between like what people are meant to like find out through myself, but then what people have to access like on their own.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a divine balance.
Yeah. Like it's kind of like in the what it felt like was like on land it felt like I was very much like needing to like heal everyone, but like here it feels like I'm supposed to heal myself.
Right. Would you like take some time with this lotus to possibly, recharge and heal?
Yeah.
Okay, I will allow you time to do that. And you let me know if there's anything you would like for me to know or yourself to know for later.
It feels like a message that's like it feels like the message is kind of like so I have like really like emotional highs and emotional lows. And it feels like this is like the place that like I can take myself to like during the low periods, like to understand more of what's happening and to like almost like have a safe place to like experience like the emotion in like its fullness instead of just in like its like reactivity.
Right? That makes beautiful sense.
And then it feels like it's like my place that feel there. Through. So like the way I always like send healing energy is like I just like kind of like send my like heart chakra energy out.
Right?
And it feels like kind of like all that like everyone who is like like looks like a shadow before kind of like came back as their higher self.
That's beautiful. I kept seeing roots coming from the people. And as we were sending the healing, it was going into these roots that went into
Oh really?
island. Maybe that's the roots of your ancestors, you know?
Yeah.
Do you feel like there is anything else you are to give these souls?
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to like give them a voice. So I kind of like knew when you messaged me at the time that you did that this had a lot to do with like my creation and like what I'm creating. And
Right?
so there's like this like point where I was like, okay, I can either tell her that I'm gonna go through this process and trust what comes through, or I'm not gonna do it because it make me question too much.
Right?
But
Absolutely.
now I feel like it's like directly related with what I was creating today because like it's all about healing the divine feminine wounds.
Yes, absolutely. Which is something I've been working on myself for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's very much needed at this time.
Like I kind of see them as like archetypes that like I'm being like downloaded with that are going to present forward like for whoever's necessary, but like I just feel like they're all starting to like be within me now instead of separate from me. So
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know if that because I very much kind of like made it like very strict when it comes to spirit. Like I'm only tuning into like the light and the love, you know? Like if I
Right?
need to tune into something else, it'll present, but I don't ever ask to like connect with that. So it feels like all these like wounded aspects of me have now like been healed and like are gonna come forward as like different energies that are like aligned for the people who are gonna come to me for healing.
I was actually asked to bring my healerite stone to this session, which heals the wounded healer. So that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. I just like keep being told like this is my sacred space. And it's like my sacred space, but one that like I get to like bring forth whenever I desire. But it's like my job to go down there when shit gets weird.
Absolutely. And I think the whole reason for this session was so that you would know that you can go to this place without having to go through a dream or anything. This is something you can access at all times. You've always been able to, but maybe not able to remember that you were doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's honestly, it feels like I'll be more like I feel more grounded in my dreams than I do here.
Right. What is your astrological sign, if you don't mind?
Gemini.
Gemini. So you are, very airy. And
Mm-hmm.
that makes perfect sense that you have trouble grounding. I think really we all do, but especially the air signs.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that you're feeling drawn to do or wish to do on this journey?
I feel like I'm supposed to go to another door.
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
Can you see the hallway now, or do you need to go back
Mm-hmm.
through your portal?
Yeah, I can see the hallway.
Okay.
Honestly, like, I feel like, if I'm being truthful, I feel like it's so funny. I don't know how to describe it, but it kind of feels like I'm kind of just like being shown glimpses of these things, but like I'm technically still in each part, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, because we are multidimensional.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there another door that you wish to go to?
I actually
Or-
just went straight to Egypt.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't even like a door. They were telling me I needed to go there earlier, but I didn't want to like skip ahead, Like, I wanted to get the fullness of that last message.
Absolutely. So where are you at in Egypt?
What's this, like, like it's like a person's head but on a lion. What's that thing
That's
called?
the Sphinx.
Yeah, the Sphinx. That's where
That
I'm
is
at.
near the Pyramid of Gaza as well.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay. Can you look at your body here? Are you male or female? Any distinguishing features? Do you get a name?
So it's weird because, like, at first it felt like I wasn't human when I was there,
Right?
but it was like I turned into like some kind of like priestess or something.
Very interesting. Do you happen to know your name?
I just keep hearing Amelia.
Amelia. Is it High Priestess Amelia? Do you have a title?
So, honestly, like, I feel like I'm someone like super important, but who also like was more of a hold on. So I don't think I actually like lived a life like what we would consider living a life there. Like, I think I was kind of put there as like a Lyran, like almost like I feel like just a channel, like there's something plugged into me, but more in like a higher dimensional aspect, like because I'm not like communicating with myself like most people communicate. Like it feels very telepathic,
Absolutely.
almost as if like, and it feels very heavy. Like
Do you maybe need to send some healing energy to this lineage?
I just keep hearing like they're not doing it right.
Do you know who isn't doing it right?
Yeah, like it feel like the way that it feels is like, say like they are like I held a place like that was like important, but more as like a spy. Like I wasn't there to like I wasn't there to like make myself be known. I was more so there to observe like what was going on. And like through observing what was going on, like I had a like I feel like I had a direct connection to why like we got cut off galactically.
Right.
And there's like this like this energy of they're not ready, they're not doing it right, and like we need to wait.
Right. So maybe the end of the golden age is when you
Yeah,
were there.
yeah, kind of like it was almost like the way I see it is like I was like a like I was like sending messages about what the climate was, because like for some reason like it felt like they were putting Earth through all these tests, and like these tests like almost like initiations to see if they're ready. And I keep remembering like if honestly it feels like my heart is like stone, so I don't know if that's like the people's heart of that time, but it feels like there's just like stone like inside my body, and especially like over my heart. And it was almost as if like
Like card armor or something different.
like hold on, kind of like so the way I see it is like I sent like a part of myself to Earth, but I was actually like a part, and this kind of came through earlier, of like some sort of like council that was like saying like either like yes or no, you know what I mean? Like they're ready for this, they're not ready for this, just because like the only way I could actually, like from what I'm being told, is the only way I could actually judge whether or not Earth was ready was by incarnating here.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like maybe that is why we are here at this time as well. So maybe you were like part of a council that was over the earth at that time.
Yeah, like it felt like I stayed where I was, but I just sent like an aspect of myself here. Like, and I think it's a similar feeling that I have now, where it's like it's this feeling of like being human, but like being a part of something like that goes way beyond whatever it is we consider to be important. And
Absolutely.
it's kind of like I just like see myself as like this antenna that's like telling people whether or not like we're ready. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like almost as if like people kind of like tune into my energy to like see where the climate is, where I'm at. And I feel like this happens to a lot of people, but not to a lot of like common people.
Right. So maybe you're like part of the judgment tribe.
I think like I was part of like, and I've actually had memories of this before, but it feels like, because now I'm like over this like bowl of like looks like melted gold, and I'm like stirring this like up, but it has to do with like more of like a sacred like a sacred sexual healing or something like that. It feels like more it feels like more root chakra work. Like I was like working on people's root chakras a lot.
Okay.
Like that was like it was almost as if like my form of like transmuting was like through sex.
Right.
And that was seen
I get
that
that.
was seen as like that was seen as like holy then. It wasn't seen as anything like bad. But it was almost as if like I would hold the container for people to heal that way.
Right.
Like I was like the kind of like the head of that like mission for whatever reason.
Right.
But I think that had to do with part of what it wasn't doing right. Like something in it wasn't like kind of like people were using it in a way that wasn't like getting like so the way I feel is like I was meant to it felt like I was like meant to raise their kundalini to a certain point, but that like after that point there was like there are people who are like kind of like taking that energy and placing it elsewhere, like
Right.
because they thought that it was like a shortcut, and it kind of like sent everything in a direction that wasn't kind of like the way I see it is like the energy went left instead of going up.
Right.
So it kind of like got turned into this like masculine manipulation is what it feels like. It's like people turned it into something where it was like they're trying to channel that energy into something that wasn't themselves. So it was like taking their power, but also like feeding something that like just wasn't like pure. And
Right.
I remember like it just feels like it bothered me so much, like that someone could take something like so pure and like adulterate it, and
Absolutely.
not adulterate it in the sense of like, you know, putting their twist on it, but almost like
To
they
get
gave it away for a promise of something else that that promise wasn't kept.
right.
So it's like basically the people are being tricked.
Let me know if you're seeing anything else.
I just saw myself like holding a snake and then like cutting its head off.
Okay. Do you know what that meant?
I kind of think like it was like my like symbology of like saying basically like that the masculine has been like almost like just taken. You know what I mean?
Right.
It feels like it was my way of saying like the masculine's not gonna get to where it needs to go until it gets its shit together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it was like somehow I was the one who decided it, and I was the one who was like, it's not until this shit gets right that like we're actually gonna like do what we're here to do.
Right. Absolutely. And that's something we all need to be working on, is healing and transmuting these energies that's held within our divine masculine, so that we can ascend, because divine masculine isn't just males, it's within all of us.
Mm-hmm. Like I don't know, I just feel like I had this like sense of like protection, and like that it was like my understanding of like what wasn't right was never gonna get like was never gonna take like this like these people, this civilization, into like what I've created. Because it was like, in order for you to get to where I'm going, like you have to meet these standards, and if you don't meet these standards, you're just not going.
Right. Absolutely.
Which is like really funny because I'm like so freaking hard on myself. And it's like I'm starting to realize like it's like I've always seen it as a blessing and a curse, but like now I get it.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying.
It was kind of like I'm kind of just getting this vibe of like the snake was like meant to be sacred, but like that this place couldn't hold that. Like it couldn't navigate that in a way that was like it was meant to be navigated. Like it kept being distorted.
Absolutely. I totally feel that.
To like what the whole like snake thing was, and then afterwards I just saw like it was just like fire everywhere, and I know I have a lot of fire in my chart. Like my chart is like fire dominant, so it kind of feels like there's just this like transmutation of all this stuff that's happening, but it's like happening on like so many different levels.
Right.
Kind of like I came here to like teach people how to hold that amount of power in like a way that's like going to actually lead them to a place of not only like self-empowerment but like of wholeness.
Absolutely.
Because it's kind of like the way I see it is like people kind of like right now people demonize the snake because they see it slithering and they see it and they think that it's like defying whatever, but really it's like it's points of like the journey that people are supposed to like actually pass through, and it's like instead people are like kind of like killing themselves or other people and amidst these like places that they're meant to go through because they haven't got to that place of like acceptance and forgiveness and like ownership of what's going on in their life.
Absolutely. And the way the church demonized the snake, and the snake was always meant to be sacred. The snake represents the divine feminine and the mother goddess, and the power of our kundalini and of our spark and our spirit. It was never meant to be tainted, and I think that's one of the things that we have to get together and heal and interweave, is this serpent energy, because it is sacred and it is necessary.
So like kind of just saw myself like put the snake back together, and it like went inside one of the pyramids.
Beautiful. And what do you think that means?